Hello everybody and welcome back to Comet Sighted, our Dev Diary series here. We're going to be talking about Dev Diary number 9 for Imperator Rome, and it is all about diplomacy today. Imperator follows the new generation of games, if we consider CK2 new, in that opinions are two-way, where you can love someone that hates you, and you can see in detail what is causing the numbers to be that way. And as has been common in our game since CK2, the AI will tell you exactly why it will accept or decline a certain diplomatic action. And in our picture here, you can see, this will be familiar to anybody who's played CK2 or U4, it's just a breakdown of why someone will be accepting or declining a specific or particular diplomatic action. It's nice to be able to see exactly why they're doing that. I really do enjoy that. Aggressive expansion is a concept we liked in EU4, but it was awkwardly implemented. In Imperator, we have an AE value in your country, kind of like Bad Boy in older games, so you can see how it is decaying, etc. This is then applied in the opinion calculator with each nation, depending on where they are and their status with you. A nation, depending on its rank, can have a number of diplomatic relations. Each alliance and tributary counts as one relation, with a defensive league occupying just one slot, no matter how big it is. For each relation over your limit, all your power costs are increased by 10%. The cool new thing in Imperator is the defensive leagues. This is a purely defensive alliance that allows multiple nations in it, and it is defensive towards anyone outside of the league attacking it. The leader of a league is the one that invites people in. A defensive league takes only one relation slot, no matter how many members. Only city-states and minor powers can be members of a defensive league. The diplomatic actions include the following: declare war / sue for peace, offer / dissolve alliances, proclaim a guarantee, ask / cancel military access, offer / cancel military access, demand, break, or cancel a tribute, request or cancel trade access, support rebels, fabricate claims, invite, kick / leave defensive league, improve relations, send a gift, intervene in war, threaten war, enforce peace, or sell a city. Next week, we're going to be talking about country ranks and how that impacts what you can do in the game. Our graphic to today is a pretty simple one and just shows a defensive alliance. We have the country of, Talantia is in a defensive alliance with, or defensive league with Epirus, which I think that's a good addition to the game. It's nice that it allows minor nations to kind of bind together under a common goal to defend themselves against stronger powers. I think that will. I have no objection to that, honestly. I like that that the majors are not allowed in it. That makes perfect sense to me, and it'll allow, especially in multiplayer games. I think a lot of this comes down to my opinions on single and multiplayer, because it's about 50-50 for me. I play a lot of single player and a lot of multiplayer. So there's those two kind of mindsets. Okay, you're playing against the player. Okay, you're playing against the AI, and you can take advantage of it. I think this will be more useful in multiplayer instances, honestly. But it's good. It's a good addition to the game, I think. Let's pop back up here for a second and talk about AE. They say right here they think it was awkwardly implemented in EU4, but is a good mechanic, and that I 100% agree with. Everybody knows the machinations of having to deal with AE inside the Holy Roman Empire, which I think I like, in that it prevents the Holy Roman Empire from just immediately getting destroyed. But honestly, in the thousands of hours I've played EU4, that I've never really seen the HRE do well. I've never seen it pass more than 3 laws. I know other people have seen that. I've just personally never seen it myself, and I've seen it break up and just become an impotent state a lot. That's a complete tangent, though. I don't think that's related to AE at all. I'm interested to see if they can improve the AE mechanic and keep it in the game as it's intended. And this right here, this is an important paragraph. In EU4, if you went over your diplomatic relations, it cost you 1 diplo point per relation over. This is a lot more punishing. This increases all power costs by 10% per relation. That's orders of magnitude more punishing. Before, it was perfectly sensible to, especially if you had a lot of diplo points. If you had like a 6 diplo leader and a 3 diplo, 3 or even 5 diplo advisor, it was perfectly feasible to go over your limit by several if you needed it and keep it, because you're just playing 1 point per month. As long as you're okay on Diplo, and Diplo doesn't get used a whole lot compared to like admin, it was perfectly feasible to just take that hit. This is punishing. This is intense. And it's not just like, it's not just 1 power point per category. It's 10% power cost for everything across the board. That is punishing. That's got to really make people have to rethink going over their diplomatic relations. If you go over by multiples, you're really hamstringing your nation there. It's going to be interesting to see in practice. And as always, back over to Johan's Twitter at the end of our episode to take a look at what he has posted as a teaser. We have 2 pictures today, and they are basically just the map of the known world, which is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Obviously, you can see that there's huge portions of the map are wasteland. Absolutely huge. There's wasteland islands everywhere. They're huge swaths of wasteland, and they're not just the huge peripheries, up into the steppes and up into Russia, and then over this way up into the steppes and off towards China and the Sahara. There's also mountain ranges in Italy and bits of large sections of the Alps mostly. And the trade route, you can see the trade routes just sprawling across from India over towards Anatolia. I think it's going to make for some very interesting gameplay in this region right here and off towards the Middle East. Seems like you'd be able to control trade pretty effectively. And look at the minutia of the map, isn't it? I just love looking at all of the different noodles. There's so much stuff. It's going to take some getting used to, I think. Everybody's got who plays it as much as the people in my community, at least. Most everybody's got like the map memorized of at least Europe. We're going to have some new memorization to do, guys. But look at, you can see all the trade routes filtering through. It's going to be very interesting. The coastlines, there's going to be a lot of nations that, just hug the coastline. Like down here through North Africa, in a lot of sections, it's just one little province. Right, or one little city, just right along the coastline, up into here where, Carthage is. It gets, Carthage and Numidia and stuff like that. It gets pretty dense, and Spain's extremely dense. Greece is, I think that tracks pretty well. Southern Greece is pretty dense, and then it gets, there's some, I was going to say terra incognita, but there's some wasteland up in the mountains and stuff like that. But the coastline's still pretty well taken care of. Anatolia is thick. And France and Germany, England is pretty well occupied there. We can't see up here. I don't know if Scotland is actually no, actually I can see Ireland, just the tip of Ireland there. See like County Cork. But you can see it looks like it's filled out, and I imagine Scotland is too. Just take a minute and gaze at the beauty of this map. I keep hemming and hawing and going back and forth. I'm sitting on this fence, rocking back and forth, whether I'm thinking the game's going to be too simplistic or if it's going to fall into that butter zone of complexity. And when I'm looking at some of the mechanics, I'm like, they seem really simplistic. But then when I go and I look at the map and I try to think of how these mechanics are going to filter into gameplay, it kind of assuages my fears about the simplicity of the game. I'm wondering if India... I'm really thinking of how well India is going to play. Because right now, wow, we got the Dharma expansion coming for EU4, but India is kind of... Well, at least in my opinion, India is kind of boring in EU4. Look at all these little... Imagine seizing a trade route and fortifying it. Nope, nobody gets trade through here anymore. I have to get it from somewhere else. Or, blocking a trade route to prevent enemies from trying to come down that have to go around through different mountain passes. Seems like it'll be interesting in terms of strategic gameplay. Feel like maybe this would be an important city to own right there. But anywho, we're done with diplomacy. It seems pretty simplistic. More simplified, much more simple than CK2, obviously, and even more simple than EU4. But I know it's going to pop up in the comment section. Someone said it in literally every single video I've posted so far, but it'll flesh out when there's more DLC. I'm not in love with Paradox's DLC policy, but they do make good games. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.